Welcome back to flowchart time. Now, it's a small thing, but watch Viddy's. Oh, hold on one second. I was trying to do these puzzles down here, the bonus solutions, but I can't figure them out. So welcome back to them. So, watch Viddy's Trust here. If we pick the key that he wants to give us, or was that the key that he wanted from us? Interestingly, that raises his trust level. The anagram raises Ava's trust level. So, we have unlocked the Gula hack. I also took some care to put some points into trusting Gula. So, I think it is time for us to proceed. Let us proceed. Hacking Ava got us nowhere. Let us hack Gula then, and take on a different puzzle. Order by table, order by table, order by table. Focus by pink. Order by table. This is a complete utter guess. I'm throwing in some research here. P S K. What comes next? Y I. And then U is somewhere? Yes, U is down in the radioactive stuff, uranium. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the periodic table. I would have felt really awkward if I did not get that. You solved it! I had a feeling that was it. That still would not have surprised me if it wasn't. Meddling. That we are. We indeed are. Earlier, I could not help but ascertain your fascination with more deathly elements of life. Gula and Tristitia were sitting together on some benches in the crossroads. After a few more seconds of this awkward silence, Gula had finally broken it, prompting Tristitia to reply, suddenly interested. So what do you make of that? You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about it before confronting me on that. Well, to be completely honest, I'm entirely unable to understand your macabre interests on the subject of eternal darkness. Well, it was a really cool game for the GameCube. Tristitia was going to answer, but at the last moment he stood up. Following him, Gula did much of the same. The two of them began walking around the consoles with no clear goal in particular. Not gonna lie, I don't know. This weird interest of mine, I don't know where it's from. Guess a part of me is just unable to stop thinking about life and death. While Tristitia was talking, Gula wandered around, looking at the equipment. Now that there was no cylinder covering any of it, she was free to examine it without any issues. Ever wonder what happens to you after you die? Perhaps. Perhaps not. I deduced it won't truly be my concern once I've reached that outcome. I don't mean just about yourself. The world's a strange place, and so much of it is weird. What if our deaths affected it way more than we originally thought? I'm afraid you've lost me. Gula was tampering with the portraits on one of the machines. While she spoke with Tristitia, her hands were busying themselves, changing the Avarisha portrait with her. Oh, she figured out that she could change the portraits, didn't she? No, wait. She was doing it on her own, right off the bat. Someone most likely told her. But who? Tristitia was too focused on his semi-monologue to notice what she was doing. He had stopped walking, and he was staring off into a metaphorical abyss. What is consciousness? What determines that I am something that sees and thinks? Are my thoughts not just the product of my experiences based on pattern recognition? Not a question that can really be answered, I think. Life's strange. Do we exist because the world let us exist? Or does the world exist because we let it exist? There are a few different schools of philosophy on that subject of reality. If the world exists because we can see it, then doesn't it stand that once we die, it stops existing? In a moment of attention, Gula shrugged before pointing over to the empty spot that once housed Iva's body. The irate entity which once resided in that very location has obtained the status of deceased, and I consider them as alive as you and I. Their perspective matter. Does yours matter? Does mine matter? Who actually is the important life here? Is there even an important life? Or does the perception of reality constitute only a baseline element, and none of us actually matter? Tristitia sighed, launching himself into a new monologue while Gula was busy with the consoles. As the horse-masked one spoke, two of them moved around the room again, switching from console to console. Was she changing all of them to manipulate the vote? Take a video game, for example. If we humans have created video games based on systems that can only exist in reality, then life isn't so different. If we die in a video game, we start back at the beginning. When we die then, does life restart? Can't think there's nothing after life. I don't believe in heaven and hell. There can't be nothing. How do you feel nothing? How do you see nothing? How is it possible to not perceive exactly? These concepts are so alien to me, to you, to all of us who are still alive, in fact. I suppose you're not wrong on some level, but determining which elements are falsehoods and derisions, while ascertaining the truth will prove to be more difficult than you can ever imagine. Gula was clearly not paying too much attention, considering the flowery vocabulary she used as part of her normal pattern was just vague enough. Even Tristitia noticed it after a moment. At least it wouldn't kill you to listen to what I'm saying, Gula. Even if you don't believe in any of it, I think it's important to have different opinions on existence. Very well, in that case. What I believe is that time is a river, always flowing towards the same side. To suggest existence renews itself upon someone specific ceasing their biological activities is preposterous. Then how do you explain existence? How are we all even here? All of us can affect how the flow goes. Gula remained silent. At this point, she didn't fiddle with the consoles anymore. Maybe her attention had been taken by being directly involved in the speech this time. Nobody can answer that question. This is all just a hypothesis. If I had to guess, someone on this planet has the ability to keep the universe rolling. And the rest, they're all just non-playable characters, or NPCs. They exist, they think, they act, but it's just programming. They don't actually exist. All this is a worrying thought. Oh man, this is getting too real. Based on that sort of thought, you have much higher chances to be an entity without free will, as the odds are not playing in your favor. Exactly that. Exactly that. After a short silence, Tristitia turned around and began walking towards the meeting spot. Gula took only a few moments before deciding to follow after him. Another subject, who shall we be casting our ballot for? That's for the group to decide. This time we're not pressed for time at all, so we can easily think about it. Some of the other 5 voters will possibly organize themselves in a similar way. Yes, I've already thought about it. To manipulate the votes. Even if everyone was against it. Maybe some of them lied. Either way, it's dangerous. Justicia scratched the back of his head, seemingly worried. I believe it originally was Lux's idea. Trist, we should vote for her this time. Ooh, whoa! We should vote for her this time. We'll see. I do take this into consideration. Okay, that's enough information. Time's ticking. The feed cut at that moment, restoring vision to Ancora's helmet. Oh, Suburbia came by Ancora after the blonde girl had left the corner in which she had previously been exploring. Oh, Cora, we're gathering back up, I think. Did you get your me card? Ancora wasn't ready to go do the vote just yet. Deciding to extend the time towards which it would happen, she shook her head, despite having found a me card. No, this area was as empty as before. Remember, we traded keys with Vidi. Used it on the door behind us, saw that anagram. And then I haven't made an attempt to solve the anagram. I don't even know if I would solve it at all. Maybe it'll come back as a puzzle down the line towards endgame or whatnot, but yeah, we traded keys with Vidi in a but thou must moment. And then we opened our door, got a super secret me card. Vidi opened the G door, went out of bounds and died. And now, here we are. There's gotta be more, right? But there are a lot of me cards we just aren't seeing because... You know how we need 39 me cards to finish this? If you calculate it like this, you get 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. Together they add up to 39. This accounts for 6 hours of votes. Huh, you're right. That means we should have found 8 this time around. Our total should be 17, but the rooms only gave us me cards till we reached 15. And I'd be fine with 15 since we're 6 left, but Vidi had 1, and now he's gone. Huh, well let's gather up anyway. We can figure this shit out then. She took the lead and Ancora followed behind. The duo made their way back through Wing A with the goal of regrouping with the others in the crossroads. You know... forget it. What was that all about? I don't know. I feel strange inside. Like I'm missing something. Maybe. The girl paused, stopping her movements near the puzzle door. Maybe you're missing Ira. You two were dating, right? And for all you keep saying, I think you needed him more than he needed you. Nonsense. Fuck that. He needed me. No, please, stop. You're deceiving yourself. Look, just... figure out what it really meant to you. Your companionship with him. Because if you don't figure that out for yourself, I think... you won't get a chance to. It's now or never. Suburbia remained silent, and the two of them walked again. Soon they arrived at the crossroads proper. Yes, that's my idea. Oh, that's right, she's doing her thing. We know that Gula was fucking with the consoles, and we know that Lux wants to martyr herself, so... Gula did the manipulating. We're gonna use the similar argument as we did when Bia did the console manipulating. Realistically, top route has been, well, besides Vidi dying, top route, oh, and Ira died too, but maybe that was for the best. I mean, clearly Bia was our first antagonist, and after Ira died, she really did mellow out a bit. And now we have to deal with Lux. Please, don't feel bad for me. The group had been in a heated debate over who would be next on the chopping block. Luxuria apparently was making known her idea for the others to vote for her. Gula was supporting her choice, but Tristitia wasn't in agreement with it. Avrisha was staying on the sidelines. As Ancora and Superbia approached the survivors, the horse-masked boy's tone turned harsher. Line and Wolf were gone. We did max Gula. Although I wonder, we didn't really have a yeah, we couldn't really do Trist's early trusts. So, whatever. We'll see if Max Gula gets us a trial ending. You're one of the few I still trust, so it can't be you. You're also the lowest threat of the group. I refuse to vote for you, because there are better targets. What's going on? Why does Lux want to be voted out? She says she wants to be voted out, because she's fine with it. She's trying to win cute points, I don't agree with it. Can't be everyone's martyr, Lux. Well, I agree with her. To be honest, I don't actually care who gets voted for next if it's not me. Ah, the good old selfish routine. Should have expected it. If they agree with it, then there's nothing to do about it. Indeed. My choice has already been made. Luxuria managed to gather 3 votes out of them all. Suburbia, Gula, and herself together almost had majority already. All Encore had to do was agree with it, and they would have 4, giving them majority regardless of what the others would vote. But first I want to know, Encore, did you get a me card? You should have found one by now. We need to have everyone ready for the vote as soon as possible. Yes, I know we have another hour. Shut up. Suburbia was going to talk, but Tristitia cut her off as soon as she moved, which startled her enough to shut her up before she'd even said anything. You of all people should shut your mouth and let me talk. Where did that come from, you fat lard ass? I know what you've done. So if you don't want me to tell everyone else, you better shut up. Whoa. Suburbia was quick to retreat to her rabbit hole. Without any more interruptions, Tristitia resumed his questioning. So did you get a me card yet? Why are they even voting for Luxuria anyway? Did she have some change of heart? Or was this her plan from the beginning? She can't bring herself to vote for anyone else. Avrisha stepped forward to say something against all odds. Before she talked, Ancora nodded. Sorry, Bia. I lied because I didn't feel ready to vote. Not again. Good. We can vote now, then. Good that you don't want anyone to die again. We're 5 minutes past the 3rd hour. How many me cards do we have? 16 or something? One's gone with Vidi. Can't keep bickering like this. We need a plan. We need 39 me cards, or everyone dies. Reminding everyone of that fact, Tristitia caused a ripple of panic to spread across the group. Ancora found it a nice way to remind everyone of their current predicament. Ah, you're right. We're going to die. Even bigger of a reason to begin at once. This feels like it's playing out differently. That's why we should get the vote over quickly. Just vote for me. Yeah, let's just vote and get this over with. No, that's wrong. This is all wrong. Don't vote for Lux. portraits are all changed around. There we go. Need to be convinced of that fact. I have no idea why, but I feel like this isn't correct. It's not the way to go. But I'm willing to go. That is correct. It is our designated plan for the time being. Unless you propose a change, which would be ludicrous at this stage of our debate. And Cora shook her head before walking over to the console. No, look, it's not the same. I can't vote for Lux right now. I concur. Bia, you've been the biggest pain in the ass since the start. With what Ira told us, you don't exactly look like an angel. In fact, due to his involvement, I think you're more than just a prissy bunny girl. I think you're a decent candidate for the mastermind behind all this. No fucking way. I'm not voting for myself. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Ira was your accomplice. He felt guilty, so he sacrificed himself to atone. Only people rich enough to do everything we've seen here. All these replicated rooms and the lockdown of the school. That's you, Suburbia. You're the mastermind, aren't you? Well. No way, that's not me. It can't be me. I'm not rich. Her words caught Tristitia by surprise. My parents are rich, but I ain't touching a single bit of that goddamn money until they pass away, and as far as I remember, they are very well alive and healthy. Wow, honesty from Superbia. You can't have made this whole shit here. I'm not any wealthier than anybody else. I very much doubt that statement. That's not what I meant, anyway. But it's good that those doubts were dispelled. What I meant was... look at the consoles! Yeah, they actually are rearranged. Approaching the consoles, the others looked upon them and the portraits on the buttons. After a few moments of consideration to humor and Cora, Suburbia shrugged nonchalantly. What's so different? She's right. Something's off, I think. Gula made an exaggerated motion with her hands to catch everyone's attention. There's nothing different. You're all being misled by this little girl. I think she wants to buy some time for herself for some reason, so don't let her cloud your judgment. Wait a second. We can at least take a minute to hear what Tristitia has to say. We have plenty of time this session, so we should make use of it to its fullest. And Gula's speech has reverted to less flowery words, huh? I think she does that when she gets stressed out, which means she's walking on a tightrope. I think some portraits are switched now that I have a proper look at them. I'm not sure, though. Could be the misinformation effect. Maybe I only started seeing it after Cora mentioned it. The ones that were switched were... I think they're Bia's and Cora's. Ooh. Huh? What does that mean, Cora? Explain yourself right now. You wanted to get me voted out by having people want to vote you dead, is that it? No, I wouldn't do that. Why would I change them then bring attention to it? Does anyone remember what the layout looked like before? Actually, I'm gonna go look that up. So, looking at this... yeah, Cora and Bia are switched. So Gula is in Lux's spot. Lux is in Ava's spot. Ava is in Gula's spot. So she did some serious switching. What do you mean by that? If two portraits were switched, maybe they weren't the only ones. Is there a portrait that's in a different spot on every console now? I don't think so. Further examination showed that all of the consoles indeed had their portraits in the same spot. So it's not an attempt at manipulating a group to vote for someone, while the other would vote for someone else, and all votes would end up pointing to the same person. No, wait, no. Something isn't adding up. There's more that was switched. I'm utterly convinced. I don't know why, but I'm convinced of that. Because I saw it, of course. It's going to be very hard to get them to buy it, I'm aware. And also, before that, earlier when Ira died, I had this weird vision, too. What? I was talking to him and he... No, wait, I wasn't talking to him. It was like I was someone else talking to him. Oh. So we do experience this in every route. I don't know why I have these visions. Remember the consoles, the portraits being switched. 3 others were switched too. Which ones? You aren't making any sense. What in God's name are you talking about? Vision this, vision that, portraits being switched. This is fucking insane. The rest of the group watched, a little uneasy about this exchange. I don't think mine was changed anyway, so just vote for me. I'm okay with it. Do you hear this, Cora? Lux is willing to go instead of you, despite the fact you're clearly off your rocker. Off your rocker? Let's vote for Lux then. Cora, I'm sorry to say, but you are being very... I don't know if I can trust these visions. Better her than me. I'd also vote for Bia, you know. What? It's also a valid option. I'm in a serious pain this whole time, mastermind or not. No, the one they have to vote for is... Oh god. Whoa. Oh god, that's a lot of choices. I wonder if this will produce an effect. I think we should vote for neither of those. We should vote for Ula instead. Why? Is there any particular reasoning behind that accusation? But she tried coming up with something, and Cora just couldn't explain this sudden change in opinion. After a few moments, it was instead convened the group would be voting for Luxuria. Oh, okay. But am I okay with this? To have Luxuria die by the vote? No, we can't vote for Lux. Lux has been the nicest girl so far. Then we just vote for Bia. She's the biggest threat, and she repeatedly refuses to work with everybody else. What is happening? Stop with these baseless accusations. They're not too baseless, though. Fortunately for the matter at hand, it seemed that Gula and Luxuria agreed with Oh no. Huh. Didn't think it would be so easy. If it's what the majority wants. Hey, wait a minute! That's not what we agreed on. What you agreed on? This little bitch told me to vote for her, and now she's saying to vote for me. That's duplicitous as fuck! I'm not putting my head in front of that shotgun. Oh god. Unfortunately for Suburbia, Luxuria swiped her meat card before she could even realize what was going on. Rabbit Girl ran after the smaller one, but she was too fast, and soon the meat card was in Suburbia's console. Well, shit. This is getting real snaky. The others had followed the exchange while moving towards their consoles too, ready to jump in if Superbia didn't cooperate. Oh, I hope we don't get railroaded into the bad ending again. Shortly after, all me cards were in, and Gula and Trist were pushing Superbia towards the shotgun. You dickwads! You're fucking it up! I'm not the mastermind! You're all idiots! This is stupid! Shit for brain morons! The insults kept coming as the clock ticked. This is really starting to turn towards, Everyone took their spot as Superbia gesticulated. She slammed her vote down for someone, though it wouldn't change the ultimate outcome as everyone else was voting for her. Yeah, this is turning into that bad end. Is it fine? I don't know. It feels like this is a mistake somehow. Something feels extremely amiss with how easily the situation was overturned. It wasn't like Ancora had all the time in the world, either. He was the last one to vote. Let's at least vote for that. See what happens. Always both votes once like before. What happened was surprising. Though everyone seemingly voted for Superbia, and Cora was the one with 5 votes. I'm guessing I failed the trust check. I'm guessing I failed a trust check. Because, I mean, on one hand, the trust factoring into the choice decisions are neat. It's a neat concept. On the other hand, it can produce an outcome like this, where everyone openly acknowledges that Cora and Bia's portraits were switched, but we just did it anyway. Well, we'll see if the things change. Superbia only had 1 single vote. Oh. What? Are you all... Did you all set this up? And Cora stared in bewilderment at the results. Almost like I knew this was going to happen, but ended up forgetting it. The final thing she would stare at... The rest of good Mr. Pan. Yep, we're just back onto the... Well... At least we could fuck around with trust choices on the flowchart and see what the hell changed. Yeah, occasionally it railroads us onto a path where we did the right hacking to figure out what we need to do, but what's interesting is maybe that we just literally failed the choice. I mean, we'll know for sure when we pull up the flowchart. And do all this again. Ira. Hack Ira. Ira. I could try and win BS Trust. If we go max looks, do an Ava, do a Bia. Oh wait, I gotta change who I'm. Do I? What? No, I can't do Trist here. I can't do Ira here. I can't do Ava. I have to do Ira here to get onto this route. This gives us Ava points, though. Well, let's take the Lux points here. Let's do A for Ancora. Give us some more Ava points. Heck. No. Another Lux choice we can get somewhere. Are they back out of a choice? Oh, I guess that resets some shit. take that for Ava points. Take this for Ava points. I mean, best I can think of right now is to just go back in there and try again. First, let's muck around with this puzzle. Let's see what the alternate condition is. Tab. Ooh. So I couldn't figure this out. Couldn't really figure out what sort of tab hint would still produce the normal letters of the alphabet. First thing that came to mind was like musical tab score. But this is interesting. So, when I max out Gula, I get the potential to move forward. Interestingly, if I max out Superbia... No, we're still fully unlocked. Now this is interesting. Actually, I think I'm going to do this first. This is going to get us an ending. And then I think we have to actually... Yeah, I want to relive what Ava was doing. I'm very curious to see what happens here. Oh, we didn't find anything new, did we? Even though Iva's body is missing. Avrisha and Luxuria were together. The two were in the crossroads, but they weren't far from Wing A. Luxuria was looking into an adjacent area containing some lockers, though she wasn't having any success. That still gives me the creeps. Next to them was a wall that was as empty as could be. It was made of large rectangular metallic plates with other bits and pieces of metal shut. I almost said pieces of metal shit. Tight against them. No matter how hard someone banged onto them, they didn't open. What a shame. Wonder where Nvidia went. Well, no point sticking around here. Two of them agreed and left the area to go back into Wing A. They wandered into one side for a few moments before realizing they were going back toward the classrooms they'd explored. Oh, this isn't going to be really useful. I already searched that side. What about the classrooms? They split up, looking at each door in turn until they found one that unlocked. Avarisha turned the handle and stepped inside, while Luxuria waited outside. Why is she not going inside yet? Is she guarding the room? Nothing came of the strange behavior. Instead, Avarisha left the room and closed the door behind her. In her hand was a me card, clutched alongside her other one. Oh, you found one! Now Cora will be fine. Maybe. Would still do well to talk with others about, you know, our additional hour. It's kind of hard to believe he's gone just like that. Yeah, I think I saw Bia going into the other hallway. Fine then, let's go there. Even if I don't especially feel enthused about talking to her. They left the first part of Wing A to go back to the crossroads, spying Gula and Tristitia in the distance. But not once to leave their current goal aside, they went back into Wing A. In the second, more spacious hallway this time. Very quickly they ran into Bia. Oh, hey. At first, Superbia had tried to act like she didn't see them, but became more and more impossible as the two of them closed the distance. Have you found anything so far? Spurby was clearly growing frustrated again. No, I didn't find anything, but at least with Viddy gone, we've got all the time in the world. I guess. There's no point rejoicing about it. What's the big deal anyways? Look, I want to be nice or whatever, but it's not like our predicament hasn't been weighing down on my mind. We're still going to die if we don't vote in the next hour or so. And honestly, the earlier we vote, the better. Do you really want to be nice? Or are you just saying that? Or are you just are you just saying that like that? I just wanted to not be mean for those who are gone. What do they care anyway? They're gone. It's not like they're going to walk up to me and slap me. No, but I can do that. As a teacher, as a student, nobody gives a shit. In here, you're the same as everybody else. That means you're expendable, according to Pandora. Expendable? Oh, you guys remember, yeah? Pandora is our leader. Or leader, I should say. Never seen her face. Still gave me directives. Hate that. Hate it so much. Hate being told what to do. I'm my own girl. You're your own bitch, yes. None of this is any useful. What were you doing before, anyway? Looking around here for a B card? Yeah. Viddy told you before he croaked? He did. How awfully nice of you. But I don't think you're going to find anything here. This is a waste. Luxuria had remained quiet for a while. Avrisha was going to ask for her input, but Superbia interrupted her just as she began talking. We should split back up. Good idea for once. We can cover more ground that way. I'll see you two later. The teacher wandered off, leaving the two girls alone. What an idiot. The teacher went back towards the other classrooms, though her search ended up being unsuccessful. They already had found the me card anyway. Now she was searching for Ancora without a doubt. Without Viddy, things are a little bit emptier. We already lost 3 people. No point delaying it, I guess. I guess I'll go to the voting machine. There's also no point sticking around here anymore. As she walked away, Superbia came into her vision again. She was going in the direction of Ancora's hiding spot. The key was still in the lock, so she didn't act quickly. The rabbit was going to figure out this door could be opened, and then things would spiral out of control. The simplest solution was to just cut the feed for the time being. And we're walking. We'll proceed to the vote again. Okay. So going Ava's path, we agree with Lux. I'm not... Oh, that does give us 100%. That does give us max Ava, though. So Ava's going to be voted out. Specifically the fact that we got max Ava. We're going to agree with Lux. I agree with Lux then. It's what has been decided. Sorry, Lux. You don't have to feel sorry for me. It was my choice. I'd much rather go that way. Even though Ancora couldn't see past Luxuria's helmet, she felt as though the girl was smiling. She wasn't going to die while panicking. She was picking her future. She's smiling for a very different reason, Ancora. This might be a waste of a vote. I guess I still didn't figure out who was the traitor. I need to make that a priority for the next round. The group walked forward. There was no need to talk about it. There was no need to debate or argue. They would put in their vote for Luxuria and then move on to the next set of doors as soon as possible. The final set of doors. Past that puzzle door, there are only 3 rooms left, and then all the me cards are accessible. I'm slightly worried, though. I wonder why we only found so few of them. We should have found at least 30 by now. Wow. Why do we only have around half that? Is someone hoarding them? This isn't how everything was placed. Someone's gone through the school in the minutes before this started. Cutting her thoughts short, Ann Corey inserted her me card into the console. Alongside the others, she readied herself for a vote. This time, it wouldn't need a long setup for it. It would just be a vote, and then it would be over. It was a little refreshing for things to be this simple. Ann Corey wished she could live in simplicity like that. The barrel of the shotgun in front of her brought her back to reality. Are we all ready? Yeah. By the way, thanks for your sacrifice. We'll figure out the traitor, kill them, and and then get out of here. You better, for my sake. Okay, let's stop the waterworks. We have this vote to put in. No comments came from anyone else, and soon everything was in place. Sprippia pushed her vote in without hesitation. Next came Luxuria's, Gula's, Tristitia's, and Avaricia's. Last was Ancora's vote. I have a bad feeling about this. For some reason, something's just off. I can't get rid of the feeling that this time the discussion was cut short. No, it didn't get cut short. It's almost like it didn't happen at all. Everyone just agreed. Hey Cora, your vote is missing. Put it in already. Let's hook ourselves up anyways. Well, not in agreement due to the shotgun, and Corey interrupted her thoughts and pushed in her vote. Rip. Screens above the voting console settled onto Avaricia's symbol. It was clear what was to follow. It was her execution. Every shotgun with the victims released their hold, leaving the participants to witness the macabre outcome. It took only a moment for the gunshot to come. It sounded like it had shot Avaricia at point-blank range, but in reality there were no bullet holes in the helmet she wore. Time slowed down. Eventually, everything froze. Oh? This is in fact a valid outcome. Hello. Who are you? I don't know. Some say my name is Pandora. Hello then, Pandora. I think I'm dead. Are you sure? You don't look dead to me. I can't move. I mean, I can, but it's not a body. What's moving is just my mind. I guess you're dead then. But death is fine too. Ah, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess so. It's kind of hard to make out who's talking. It feels like when you talk, I'm talking too. What does it mean? Maybe you're a part of me now. I remember you. And that's so. What kind of person was I? You were a strong woman. You were a teacher who was also clueless. Even though you wanted to protect people, you also wanted to survive. Unfortunately, it looks like you've been had. Been had? How so? Someone tricked others, I think. I'm not sure right now. One thing's for sure. Your death wasn't fair. Life isn't fair either. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily against nature. You're right on that one. Do you remember anything about yourself? I don't remember. I do remember my name, I think. What was your name? That can't be my name, sorry. I guess I don't know after all. What was your name? You really want to know? I can say it, but you'll find it funny. It's not really a woman's name. It's Marco. That name keeps coming up. I know, right? You're silent because you're holding back. No, I'm silent because I'm confused. Why are you confused? Marco wasn't your name. I know what your name was. Your name was Arel Weber. Oh, that's a nice name. Ah, that's more familiar. Why did I think Marco was my name? I don't have the answer to this question. I wonder if Marco is... Since Marco's a name that keeps coming up in all this, I wonder if Marco is Vidi's real name. Viddy sent. Blood on the sand. But I have to go soon. Oh, what's going to happen to me? I don't know. I never died. It's like Marco is Viddy's real name, and Viddy never gets a death upload sequence because he already died? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. And how can you talk to me? I take that silence as you don't know either. Well, I was a teacher, and I was probably bad at it, but I'll say. Try to think about it. If it can help you, I'll have fulfilled my job. Thanks. I didn't think I'd get counseling from a fading consciousness. Indeed, help comes from the unlikeliest of places. I just hope I won't be judged for my crime. And now we must part. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. You've surrendered your right to live. I'll now carry your memory. Thank you. Megalomania. This is not looking good. Cora came to reality momentarily. Finally, she could see the results of the previous vote, plain as day. Avaricia's body was on the ground. Much like before, the helmet the voted one wore exploded. The group took great care in not stepping too close to her, since none of them wanted to be caught in the blast. All it did was to char their necks up, leaving behind a splatter of a disgusting head matter all over the floor. The sight alone was nauseating. Oh jeez. That's more morbidly. We voted for Lux. Finally, Tristitia spoke. Thank you, Trist. He stared at the small girl from the side, watching her like a hawk. Now that the reality of the situation was settling in, he seemed quite angry. Yes? I don't know what happened. This must be a trick. Pandora's trick. No, that's not possible. When we voted for Ira, he was the one who got busted. Now we voted for you. When you want to sacrifice yourself and we kill Ava instead? Wait, maybe there's something wrong with the voting panels. Don't you understand? This was her plan all along. Can't trust anyone here. Somehow she rigged the machines to make it so voting for her would kill Ava instead. A small flashback came upon Ancora. She did remember putting the me cards inside of the presumed bomb case alongside Luxury. What? The girl had also been investigating the consoles at that point in time. Well, could it be? Was it then that she modified them? I sure didn't see that one coming. Things won't get bad now. Did you? No, I didn't! I didn't change the portraits or rig the machines. Some of you are far more dangerous than meets the eye. I'm not going to be had by you twice in a row. Gun? Ava was a solid ally, and she might even have had the way to escape this hellhole. I'm not sure what he means by that. Probably just a human mistake. No, all that is gone. And you'll be gone too. Gun? Gun! Jesus! Out of nowhere, Tristitia pulled out a revolver. With 2 gunshots, Luxuria fell to the ground. The horse-themed boy had gotten her straight through the helmet. Jesus! That one had also suddenly exploded as well, adding to the corpses in the room. The small girl was no more. Trist! Why did... The entire group was staring at the exchange, but nobody except Ancora spoke. Everyone seemed far too terrified of what the prospects of having a gun pointed at them implied. Even Superbia remained silent for once. She's a threat. Or move every thread. First it's Lux. Then it's the murderer. And finally, I'll kill the mastermind. Didn't he just say he thought Ava had the way out? If he's saying he's going to kill the mastermind, though, this may not be good news. He's got to be ready to react appropriately if he knows somehow. Then the murderer.
Bia, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Murderer? What do you mean? What do you even mean?
Don't play coy. Ever since Ira mentioned being an accomplice, how you both wandered around together like that, I've been suspecting it. You're a cold woman, Bia. But this is where your killings end.
Wait, let me talk at least. Justicia waited for a moment. Superbia was slowly gathering herself for what she had to explain. Just as it seemed like she was going to talk, she instead lunged at him. Oh shit! Everything happened very quickly. As soon as she landed over him, he shot her square in the heart. The bullet went so fast it pierced through her entire body and came out of the back to lodge itself into one of the metallic plates on the far wall. Then he shoved her off his own body. Jesus, the entire fight would have been comical if it didn't have drastic outcomes. After Tristitia stood back up, he executed her with a shot through the helmet. Jesus! Once again it exploded, leaving yet another splotch of red carnage onto the ground. Superbia, just like Luxuria, lay dead right next to the consoles.
She's the reason why we're all here. We're here to expiate our sins. It's the entire ideology behind naming us these things.
You're still killing them all. What sense does that make, really?
She was a murderer. Do you know who she killed? She killed that kid.
Gula remained silent at those words. What? Instead, she brought her stare down to Superbia's dead body, watching it from afar. While she was thinking, Justitia's attention was brought to Ancora.
This is it then. We're finished. We're 3 survivors and 6 have been executed.
Shit, we are.
Now open the way out or you will die.
Huh? So he does suspect something. That's very bad news. The way out? I don't know what you mean. She swallowed, frightened by the circumstances. None of this had been possible to see coming before. I'm not the mastermind. I don't want to die.
No one fits the bill.
He began walking around while talking. While he was doing so, Ancora was speed thinking of a way out of this predicament. Nothing was coming to her.
No one fits the bill. Not a single one of us could be the mastermind. We all have sins. We all have an involvement in this larger picture. Superbia is the murderer. That was just the catalyst. Everyone has an involvement. Except you. I have no idea what your crime is. I don't know your name. I don't even know what you look like, little girl. I don't even think you could organize all this. I'm out of leads. By process of elimination, you're the only one who could be the mastermind behind all this.
Gula remained silent on the sidelines. She had the forethought of not saying a word to aggravate the situation for herself. That's cool and all, but there's gotta be a way out of this. There's gotta be a way out of this situation. I'm not the mastermind.
Only you could be the mastermind. I don't know how, but you are. Now open the goddamn doors or you'll be next.
Ancora's hands balled up into fists. She couldn't hold it back anymore. Her own rage was growing too fiercely. I'm no goddamn mastermind! I'm just a girl stuck like everyone else here. Are you going to kill me for that?
I will, because if I don't, then the mastermind might still be alive.
Suddenly, Tristitia fell down and a loud metallic noise rang out as a result of the collision from his body and the helmet on the floor.
What the hell? Ula, stop!
What the hell? Ancora took the chance. She booked it. She ran down the stairs while the gunshot fired. That was his 5th one. He only had one more bullet in that 6-chamber revolver. He could only shoot Gula, or waste his shot. But Ancora's fervent chase didn't last very long. Justicia caught up to her after she reached the intersection. Having forgotten the door wasn't open yet, she ran toward it at the puzzle pad. That was when he caught up with her. Shit! And that was when he shot her.
probably thought we were going somewhere with this. I guess it was inevitable when all heck breaks loose like this. Still, I can't go yet. I think there's more to do. But do I have a choice? I suppose I don't. Unless a miracle happens. A miracle? What the heck could that be? Whoa, trusted video more. Holy shit. Holy shit. Well, goddamn. Well, goddamn. Whoa. Whoa. Holy shit, that is a legit story log. Oh shit. Alright. Alright. I'll be damned. So, this is obviously a dead-end path. God, I don't know what this is, but... Is this a... Shit, is this a final path or something? I don't know what to make of this. We could... And that's why they had to have that choice, that... I'll be damned. I wonder... Yeah, it still locks us in here. Yeah, Gula points. Now that will unlock this. Now... So we can actually unlock this. But I think for now... For now we're going to leave off here. Pretty clear, if we do a wrong choice, we get on the Ancora Dies route. So... I feel like the right answer is going to be Ava, but we'll find out next video.